It's 2 a.m. If you're watching this right now, I want you to take a deep breath. Just one. Let it all out. You have been holding your shoulders so tight all day, trying to survive whatever version of the world is throwing stones at you. You can drop the guard here. I want to talk about a date, March 8, 2004. That's the day I entered this story. And honestly, for a while, the world felt kind. It felt like a place where I belonged. Up until 7th grade, I actually knew what it felt like to sleep through the nights without a knot in my stomach. And then, the ground beneath me just vanished. Have you ever been ripped out of the only safe reality you knew, dropped into a completely new, foreign place, and realized suddenly that nobody has your back? We moved, new town, new school, new faces, and overnight my life didn't just change, it became an active war zone. I went from a quiet, peaceful childhood straight into a localized living hell. Every single soul I came into contact with decided collectively that I didn't belong. The teachers who were paid to protect me, they looked away. The classmates, they became vicious. The kids in the neighborhood, they joined in the hunt. It wasn't just teasing. Let's call it what it was. It was harassment, cruel, relentless bullying. Sometimes it was physical also, just heavy hands and bruises for the crime of being new. And if you're sitting there in the dark right now, you're probably thinking at least you could go home and lock the door, right? Because that's the rule. Home is where the bleeding stops. But what do you do when the front door doesn't keep the terror out? Because the terror is already sitting in the living room. Let's be completely honest. Because clean words can't heal raw wounds. My parents back then, they were bad at parenting. They didn't know how to handle the pressure. Or maybe they didn't know how to handle me. When the school bell rang, the nightmare didn't end. It just changed its clothes. The slabs, the sticks, the objects thrown, the place that was supposed to be my sanctuary became the place where I had to learn how to walk without making a sound. Imagine having a map of your life and every single coordinate is marked with danger. School is a minefield. The streets are a trap. Your own home is a cage. There wasn't a single square inch on this earth where I could just breathe. Not one. This lasted for years, and when you spend that much time drowning, you reach a ledge. I reached it. I stood there looking into the dark, and I thought about ending the script early. You know exactly what I mean. If you are up at 2 a.m. watching this, you have probably looked over that same psychological ledge, wondering if the fall hurts less than the staying. But look at me. I didn't do it. I stayed. But here's the part of the story that most people don't talk about. Because it's easy to live a story broken. It's easy to say they hurt me and that's the end of it. But humans are messy. Years later, after the bruises faded out but the memory stayed, I did something terrifying. I sat down with my parents. I opened up the oldest, ugliest wounds in my chest, and I forced them to look at what they had done. I told them exactly how I felt then, and I told them how I still feel now. And something strange happened. They listened. I'm not going to sit here and tell you a fairy tale. I'm not going to tell you they became perfect overnight. They can still be mean. They can still be incredibly difficult to handle. And we still have bad days where the air gets thick. But they changed. They never raised a hand again on me. Not once. The sticks were put down. The slab stopped. And more than that, they actually started helping me on this journey. This channel. This work. They are supporting it now. It's a strange thing, to realize that the people who broke you are also capable of trying to help you heal. It doesn't erase the past. I know the trauma is still a ghost that lives in my hallways, but it taught me something massive. People can grow. Even the ones who hurt you can look at the damage they have done and feel the weight of it and decide to do better. I made a pact with myself in the darkest corner of the old room. When I was still a kid trying to find a reason to exist, I decided if no one is coming to save me, then I am going to survive this so I can become the hand that I never had for someone else. My childhood is filled with horrific memories, and only I know the exact price of making it to this side of the screen. But I'm here, and all I want from this life now is just to breathe, stay, live, and do what I love. This work, this channel, this connection with you. This isn't a hobby, it's my purpose. Life is not fair, I know. It will never be fair. But we can work and we can change our lives. It takes an absolute terrifying amount of willingness. It takes a raw kind of courage that makes your knees shake. Look at this space. I haven't stopped moving. It's been almost a year now, and I have uploaded 469 plus videos. 469 plus times I sat down and pressed record and bared my soul to this screen because I know someone out there needs to hear it, and it's just beginning. I'm never going to stop talking about mental health because I know what it feels like to have your mind turn into asylum while the world tells you it's just a bad phase. I've been through the things I wouldn't wish on anyone, so I'm building this room for us right here. If you're out there sitting in your own version of the hell, if you feel like you have nowhere to take your next breath, I want you to stay. I want us to make this space for each other. If you want to support this survival project, subscribe. Let me know you're sitting in the dark with me. You don't have to have your life figured out. You don't even have to forgive the people who hurt you yet. You just have to be here. Stay human. Be kind to the pieces of yourself that are still trying to learn and heal. Good night and thank you.